Madalas po nababanggit ng DOTR na ang right-of-way acquisition ang pangunahing issue sa railway projects. Kamakailan, may mga hakbang tulad ng pagbuo ng Rail Right-of-Way Interagency Committee at ang pag-amenda ng RA 10752 para maibsan ito. Ngunit ano pa nga ba ang issue na kinakaharap ninyo bukod sa right-of-way? Kaya hindi lang right-of-way ang problema sa pagpapatupad ng railway projects. Tama po ba?
One of the issues hounding the railway sector is workforce. Kasalukuyan po ay there are 590 job orders at contract service personnel na 38% lamang ng kinakailangan 1,531. So workforce is a big issue. Mayroon din tayong 52 plantilla positions na napunan mula sa 90 na inaprobahan ng DBM. Ang DOTR ay mayroong 13 investment approved railways projects na may 57 awarded contracts. Sa mga bawat kontrata nito na may average na around 20 billion, umapatak lang na may 10 personnel ang would do the work for a specific portion. Dahil dumadami yung railway projects at ongoing procurement ng kontrata, mas umuunti yung tao sa bawat kontrata. So I think this is really something that should be addressed, the workforce issue. Patuloy naman yung pagre-recruit with JOs and COS, pero dahil walang security of tenure, hindi nagiging enticing yung position. Dahil dito, hindi natin ganap na mapakinabangan ng institutional knowledge at capacity building at mataas ang attrition rate. Mula simula ng taong nakapagdagdag na po tayo ng 135 personnel, sadly 92 yung umalis. Taong 2021, sinubukan muli 149 permanent position para sa railway sector, 90 yung na-approve at 52 yung kasalukuyang napunan. Bukod dito ay may 300 contractual positions. So this is a litany of natanggap, umalis, hanap uli, napagbigyan. So it's the recurring problem that nag-slow down ng ating railway sector, the workforce issues.
So, Madam Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, anong pwedeng solusyon natin for year 2025 at anong magiging consequence if hindi natin maibigay yung tamang workforce para sa mga railways natin?
Well, sa kabila nito, ito po yung hinihingi na mga hakbang ito para tuluyang matugunan ang mas maayos sa implementasyon ng railway project. Humihingi ng suporta sa Kongreso para aprobahan ang karagdagang 1,231 na contractual positions na ipatutupad paunti-unti from 2025 to 2027. Mahalaga po itong mga posisyon na ito upang matiyak na may sapat na tauhan ng rail sector para mahusay na pamahalaan itong mga proyekto natin. And for 2025, nagpro-propose tayo ng 690 positions na may estimate funding requirement na 505 million. Para sa taong 2026 naman, 300 positions. Ito may funding na 202 million. At 2027, 200 positions na may estimate funding na 171. What are the consequences? If hindi ito ma-resolve, hindi natin matutugunan ang kakulangan sa workforce ng railway sector. And the worry issue is it will definitely slow down our progress in the rail sector.
Madam Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, so right now, 2025, magkano ang nailagay na?
How much is?
Yung nailagay na for 2025 for job orders or contract of service para sa ating mga railways.
In terms of accurate numbers, they can't give. So it is more of in a per project basis. But definitely, we're quite sure kulang. Kulang. The numbers will try to thresh it out, and this representation assures you that we will furnish your dear office for better appreciation of the exact numbers.
Thank you, Mr. Sponsor. Madam Speaker, well, considering, kinocompute ko kasi yung binanggit mo na numbers eh. Parang sa 57 awarded contracts, lumalabas parang more or less 10 personnel lang. That's why there's a need to fill it. So I'd just like to put on record that there's a need to really add personnel for those railways. Otherwise, medyo na talagang hindi mapapatupad yung railway project natin na matagal nang inaasam-asam ng ating bansa. Anyway, for my next question, basahin lang, Mr. Sponsor, baka pwede niyo po ako matulungan. Kami po sa minority, we really want to make it a point na magkaroon tayo ng tamang personnel for our railway projects. I hope the good sponsor can help us in the Committee on Appropriations.
Yes, definitely, we will exert all efforts, especially in putting this railway project of the country into its final realization. And this workforce plays an integral part in pushing it forward.
Thank you, Mr. Sponsor. My next question, Mr. Sponsor, Madam Speaker. Yung MRT-4 po na tatakbo mula EDSA hanggang Taytay, South Long Haul Project mula NCR hanggang Bicol, at Mindanao Railway Project sa Region 9 ay tatlo sa infrastructure flagship projects ng Administrasyong Marcos. Isa sa critical na bahagi ng proyekto ay masigurado ang right-of-way and site acquisition bago ang pagsisimula ng construction ng stations at dadaanan ng tren para maiwasan ang mga potential delays sa pagsisimula ng mga contractors natin sa construction na kinakaharap natin ngayon sa mga ongoing. Magkano ang kailangan sa tatlong proyekto na ito para sa right-of-way for 2025?
The breakdown is as follows. 11.1 billion for the South Long Haul. MRT-4 needs 11.1 billion. South Long Haul needs 19.9 billion, and the Mindanao Railway Project needs 5.48 billion para sa right-of-way acquisition sa taong 2025. Included na rito yung paglilipat ng mga utilities, kuryente, tubig at telecom, pagbili ng mga pribadong lote at paglilipat ng mga informal settlers.
Madam Sponsor, Mr. Speaker, magkano ang nailagay for 2025?
For 2025, for the three projects, MRT-4, South Long Haul, and the Mindanao Railway. Hinintay ko pa. Nil. Zero.
Zero. Bakit po zero? Madam Speaker, Mr. Sponsor.
They requested the corresponding budget for 2025. Well, upon return, BBM NEP was zero.
Madam Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, I think ang natatandaan ko naging dahilan nila is because kailangan muna ng loan bago sila magbigay ng pondo sa road right-of-way. Pero, hindi naman tayo papautangin kung wala tayong budget for road right-of-way or hindi natin ginagawa ang road right-of-way. So again, I would like to put it on record, Madam Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, the urgency of this matter. Hindi po tayo pwedeng makipaghintayan sa loan proceeds, otherwise, hindi po magiging makatotohanan ang mga railway projects natin. So I'd like to manifest, Madam Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, and I hope the good sponsor, again, help us on this. We need to resolve this, and I ask DBM to resolve this matter. Because if we will wait for the loan to come para mag-road right-of-way tayo, hindi na po yun mangyayari. Kasi syempre, hindi rin tayo makakautang kung hindi rin po natin gagamitin ng road right-of-way. So I think tayong dapat mag-adjust, hindi yung utangan natin. Kaya, for the record, Madam Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, I hope that my colleagues here can hear this. Because those who will be affected by the railways, hindi po magagawa ito kung hindi i-resolve ng DBM ang kanilang policy when it comes to funding these projects before alone proceed. So, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, help me on this.
Yes, we should, and I should do something about this. The policy direction of DBM, so as to expedite this right-of-way issues. We are one with you.
Madam Speaker, is there a legal impediment? Is there a... anyway, in the interest of time, Madam Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, pag-aralan na lang po natin if we need a special provision in order for us to resolve the matter. Kayo naman po ang nasa Committee on Appropriation. As a sponsor, maybe we can discuss further if we need to put a special provision in order to correct this policy or kung ano man ang may legal basis sila para hintayin yung loan bago yung road right-of-way. Otherwise, hindi po matutuloy ang railway project na to.
Yes, point well taken, dear colleague. Special provision in the offing, hopefully to cure this defect.
Yes, Madam Speaker, Mr. Sponsor. Last question na lang po. Kung hindi po mabibigyan ng budget ang proyekto para sa taong 2025, ano ang magiging epekto sa proyekto?
Again, dear colleague,
Kung hindi po mabibigay, kung hindi natin magawa ng paraan at zero ang ilalagay nating budget dito sa road right-of-way. Kasi kung zero sa road right-of-way, hindi rin tayo makakautang. Tama po ba?
yes, one thing will lead to another.
So ano pong mangyayari?
Kung hindi mabibigyan ng budget ang aktibidad ng right-of-way, hindi mapagsimula ang civil works. Magkakaroon ng pagkaantala, and one thing will lead to another at antala, the rising cost of materials, another thing, interest, and everything. And it will derail a rail program in the next 3-4 years. Hopefully, we could see some results as we project it. So, we really have to do something about this right-of-way issue.
Madam Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, in other words, hindi po matutuloy ang railway project if hindi natin ayusin ang dilemma na meron tayong kinakaharap ngayon. So, Madam Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, I hope my dear colleagues, all of us here in this chamber will help us resolve the matter kasi napakahalaga ng 3 railway projects na to na gustong maging legacy ng ating mahal na Pangulo. So, it's just but proper that in this budget deliberation, maayos po natin before we pass the GAA to ensure na matuloy ang 3 railway projects na to para sa maayos na transport system sa ating bansa.